You're listening to Swinger University with Ed and Phoebe. Slip into something more comfortable. It's class time. Here are your hosts, Ed and Phoebe.
Hi there, this is Ed.
And this is Phoebe.
Today we're talking about day 4 and 5. We didn't record yesterday. We recorded late, and then we got busy.
Yes.
And then we got busy.
Yes.
And then yesterday we spent the day away from the ship.
Yes.
But we'll talk about that
Yep.
as we get into it. So Phoebe, what did we do?
So on day 4, we gave you some of those details, but we didn't give you dinner and evening. So we're going to talk about dinner and evening of day 4. So instead of going to the main dining hall that night, which we have done every night since we've been on the cruise, we decided to go to the Windjammer, which is the buffet area.
Yeah.
For their dinner, and it was well worth it. It was French night, and the food was fabulous. In fact, I think I'm going to go to the cafe for the remainder of the trip because I just like the choices in the cafe.
Yeah, typically we've had some pretty good choices. You know, I think the buffet area is maybe underrated by most people, or you know, not thought of as being very nice. Like it doesn't have the atmosphere that the main dining room does. And so if you do want something that's a little bit more formal and dressy, then it's definitely there.
Yes. Plus, yes. And I also know why I like going to the formal dining is because you dress up in your theme. So everything that glitters, or
yes,
not really the glow per se, because that was a little too casual for that night, but it doesn't really matter. You get the opportunity to wear all your sexy dresses, whether it's for the theme that night or not.
Right.
And it's fun to dress up.
It's a little bit of a parade.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
now, one advantage of the buffet, this morning, for example, there was a woman walking around in a very sheer dress. Well, it was actually just a shirt, and that was it. So we had full vaginal exposure in the buffet.
Oh, because it wasn't buttoned all the way down? It was just blowing, and she was
just flashing the vag.
Flashing the vag. And
which you won't see in the dining room, but you might see it in the buffet.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Love it. All right. So glow night. Oh, my God. So much fun.
So much fun.
God, so much fun.
Everybody went all out. The predominant color was yellow.
Mm-hmm.
I would say 60-70% of the color.
Yes.
Some glow paint, some crazy wigs, some cotton candy and troll hair. Oh, and there was one gentleman who had like a glow, mouthpiece grill, and he was LED flashing.
Oh my God. And eyebrows. Cool. Did someone have glowing eyebrows or?
Yeah, it looked like it. We walked past a woman who had like LED implants in her, woven into her eyebrows or something. It was crazy. It was crazy.
And then talk about the hat. 2 of these hats that people were wearing.
Oh, they were LED signs. And so one guy had his and his wife's name.
Yeah, like Bonnie and Clyde, room number 11,
right,
300.
Bliss Cruise 2021.
Yeah.
And it was a scrolling LED hat.
Yes.
Which was super cool. And then there was another woman, Tiff.
Tiff.
From Sapphic Swingers, who her hat had a message on it too, and it was actually really easy to read. It was very clear and distinct. It just said horny. So
I didn't see that. Oh my God, that's so funny.
So we knew what was on her mind. That was
she's hilarious.
Straight up obvious.
God. Yeah, and these were black
baseball hats.
So I had some structure
for something like that.
Oh yeah.
That would be cool.
What else was there? There's a lady with a corset was like a boned, like a framed out corset dress.
Right. It was like the understructure from like a vintage dress.
Yes.
It wasn't vintage.
Right.
But it was strings of LEDs along it. So it had this like glow cage around her that
Yes.
was in the shape of a bustle.
Yes. Oh my God.
So cool.
So gorgeous. There's two women with that. One had a upper piece
Yes.
to it that had a collar that went up around the neck and down to the bosom area, and then the other one just had a half that started from below the bosom down.
And Phoebe has already called dibs on one of the Burning Man style capes that has the LED strings that
Yes.
sometimes kind of turn into wings. Oh, and we cannot forget the two jellyfish that showed up.
Oh my God.
This couple had made a costume that had an umbrella hat with streamers of like cellophane
Yes.
with LEDs kind
was
of
so
dangling off of them. And they looked like
beautiful.
jellyfish. It was awesome.
It was. It wasn't tacky looking at all. It was very gorgeous. It was perfect. It was amazing. It was amazing. And then what else? There's something else that was really fabulous. Of course, people had light up shoes, anything that lit up. One guy had one of the t-shirts that like it was a Mickey Mouse.
Dead mouse.
Dead mouse, sorry. Oops. And the lights would dance to
with
the
the
music,
sound.
dance to the beat.
Yeah.
Gosh, there was something else. Oh, there was actually a woman with wings, lit up wings.
Yep.
Huge wings that she could move around. People with, what are those? It was like a whip, and she was moving it around.
Yeah. It was like a little string LEDs, like fiber
Like
optics.
fiber optics, yeah. That was really fun. Oh my gosh, I think we covered most of it. But
Yeah,
it
lots
was,
of glow paint, and the cruise hosts had provided glow sticks for everybody
Oh,
of like
yes.
different lengths, and so everybody had glow sticks and was all bedazzled with glow sticks. And
They had different DJs playing, and the music just kept getting louder. Thank goodness I brought my earplugs and wore them, because everyone that's leaving this cruise is going to get free hearing aids, because holy crap, that
was pretty loud.
And it was outside. So loud.
but it was so much fun.
It was so fun. Yeah. We danced for, I don't know, at least 2 hours.
Super, super cool.
It was such a blast. Oh, and then right behind us, we had a twerking contest going on.
Yeah.
We call it a contest, but
There was no contest.
No.
That woman was
Yes.
hot.
She
Hot. She's
she
just
was
back there shaking her booty, and it was
Oh, it was awesome.
amazing.
It was so great. I was trying to take notes. I'm like, okay, her legs moving like this, her waist is moving like that. And then I get distracted by her ass moving, and then I'd have to start all over again.
I didn't see anything but ass. Just
And then when she was done with this particular song, because she was going for several songs, all of the people in our row, because it's a stadium style, so there's a stage down below which was very crowded, and then the stadium
yeah, like an amphitheater.
exactly allowed for dancing. There's plenty of room to dance in there, and then way up top people were dancing too. So she was down with us in this, in the quote seating area where there's no seats, and we all turned around and gave her a nice applause. She was
Standing O.
She was smiling and
Would
laughing.
be nice to give her a standing O.
Oh
but
yeah, that would have been.
Beautiful black woman. Oh my God.
Oh, she was gorgeous.
Luscious.
She was very luscious. What else about that? That was, we were there with our groupie friends and taking it all in, dancing the night away, and had a fabulous time.
Yeah.
It was really, really fun. Really fun. After the glow party, which was still going, Ed and I and our groupie friends decided we needed some rejuvenation.
Different kind of fun.
A different kind of fun. So we went back to the room, we got freshened up, and we had heard that their balcony needed some resurfacing.
Yeah.
It's too dry.
It was a little dry.
Yeah.
So we decided to moisten it up a bit.
So we were happy to go over there and assist them with that.
Yes.
So that was a lot of fun. We spent some time with our friends, had a fabulous time, looked up at the clock, and it was 3 a.m. And we all decided, holy shit, we need to go to bed. But it's so interesting. Our friend said, he said, I feel like I'm fading, and then I have sex, and then all of a sudden I'm rejuvenated again, and I can keep going. And I go, yeah, isn't it great? You just the adrenaline, the hormones, all the euphoria, and all of a sudden you're awake, and you're like, you have no idea what time it is. And that's shortly thereafter. That's when we looked at the clock and we're like, oh man, it's 3 a.m. We should go to bed.
Yeah, the realization too is the shore day,
yes,
the next day was actually an hour earlier than it was on the previous day.
Oh,
so,
yeah, that's right.
St. Martin was at 8:30 when the boat docked. It was roughly 8:30, and the next day was going to be 7:30. So we'd stayed up till 3. And we were going to have to get up in like 4 hours to get off the boat. We did not do that.
No.
At all.
No.
But we did decide to get up at 9:30, 9:15 or so, scrubbed and
Yep. And then
primped a little bit, and then had some breakfast and
met everyone down around 10:30, 11.
Yeah.
We eventually got off the boat, headed into town, tried to find...
We tried to walk
Yeah.
to the scooter place. There's a scooter place right outside. We had decided, hey, let's just ride scooters around the island. That'd be kind of fun. Mm-hmm. Sounded great. Great plan. We walked outside where the first scooter place was, and all we found were shrubbery.
Shrubbery.
No scooters, just shrubbery. So they've gone out of business.
Oh, that one. Oh, right. Then
we walked back into the terminal, got on a taxi. He took us into town and dropped us off at the first scooter place that we saw. Mm-hmm. And as they used to say, how many scooters you got, man? They had 0 working scooters. Not a single one. When we walked into the lot, it was like one of them was up on its kickstand with no front wheel. Another one was missing a windshield and no seat.
no,
and
yes, no.
everything
seat.
was like,
yeah,
dilapidated is probably being generous.
Yeah.
It was very broken down. It was busted. Mm-hmm. So we took the next closest thing, which looked exciting, which was right next door, which was a gondola up to the top of the mountain. So the highest peak on the island, and that was kind of cool.
Which I still am not sure if that was truly the highest peak, because that was a really short ride.
And now that you mention that, we didn't see the other side of the island.
Nope. It was not the highest.
So that was not the highest.
No.
They sold us a bill of goods.
They did. It was about $1.50 a minute for a 20-minute round trip ride.
Right.
If that.
But we did have some very, very strong cocktails at the top of the hill, and we had some great conversation.
Absolutely.
And that was fun. It
Got
was
caught in the rain. That was
nice
fun.
connecting with our friends and building that relationship a little bit more.
Yep. And meeting new swinger friends on the way up in the gondola.
Yes.
Who were
Yes,
in the same taxi with us. She was so funny. She was just very forward. This other woman, this group of 4, I don't know how she started it. Oh, I think she asked what ship we were on.
Right.
And then when she knew, she's like, "Oh, you're our kind of people." And so we said, "How'd you know?" She's like, "I'm not shy. I just ask." She's like, what have I got to lose? And I go, true.
You had that vibe to you.
Yes, you guys also had the
way you
vibe.
looked at us or something like that.
Right. It was the way we said, "Come on into the van.
Right.
Get on in here."
Definitely not the Disney cruise, which we drove past.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. So the day was really nice, and we... Oh, my gosh. The day went so quickly, honestly. And we rode the gondola back down, and then we decided, holy shit, we better get our
we had,
asses
like,
back to the boat.
We had like 45 minutes to get back to the boat. We
Yeah.
flagged down a taxi, and our taxi
Oh my
decided
God.
he had to stop in and get dinner on before he went home. And so here we are sitting there going, tick, 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 tick.
Yeah.
The boat's leaving in like a half hour.
We're yelling. Our friend's
And
like,
this guy's in there getting,
hurry up.
he's getting like Chinese food
Yes.
at takeout.
Yes.
And he gets back and he's like, I'm back. He only took like, I think, 5
5
minutes.
minutes.
It was pretty fast.
Yeah.
He kept his word, got us back to the boat on time.
Yep.
And we boarded and off we went.
Off we went. The ship went a sail, and then it was time to get cleaned up. And we had about, it seems like we only had 45 minutes even after that to get cleaned up and go to dinner.
Well, we were going to go to, it was Babe Watch theme.
Oh,
There
that's
was
what
supposed to
we
be
did.
a sail away Babe Watch party. And I
Right.
guess it had either rained or something. And at 3 or 4, when we went down, there was no Babe Watch party. We're still not sure if it's actually going to happen. We have our little red suits and everything, but don't know if it's going to happen. Maybe tomorrow for Coco K. We'll see.
Right. Somehow we missed the announcement or whatever, but there's
on the
only a
boat.
few people walking around in red suits, of all 4 of us being a few of the few.
Yeah. Yeah. It was we were all dressed up with no place to go.
But at least I wore it. I bought it. I wore it. So check.
Check.
I walked around the boat. That counts.
got a little snack, and turns out that
That's right. We did.
on a swinger cruise where all of us are taking calculated risks with our health, you cannot ride the slide on the cruise ship without a shirt because you might skin your shoulders. So for safety, we weren't allowed to ride the slide. So there you go.
Ed's face looks so disappointed.
I wanted to ride.
And a little. Oh, your face is so funny. You're like, of all the other risks, I could not take this one. Yeah, I know. But that's okay. There really isn't many people taking advantage of some of these other fun things that the ship has to offer, like the
Right.
slides, the wake or wave.
Yeah, a handful of people are doing the wakeboard thing.
And honestly, I haven't even seen the rock wall. I don't even know where it is.
It's at the back of the boat with everything else, and it's limited hours. It's only open from like 4 on, and I did see a couple people climbing, but it's, like the zip line guy was falling asleep the other night when I
Yeah.
walked past him.
Yeah.
So the swingers are doing other fun things.
Exactly.
guess.
And this
I
is
don't know
kind of what I thought was going to happen was people aren't really here to do those types of things. They're here to connect with others. And where most people are gathering is where they're going to be. And if most people aren't on the slides or the rock wall or...
No, I mean, you can't have a conversation with somebody on a zip line or when
Exactly.
you're, riding a flow rider.
Exactly.
Or you're going down a slide. Like, those are solo activities, and they're fun,
Right.
but they're not really what people are here for.
Right.
And so
So the next boat that they're going to charter probably won't have those because they're not really utilized. It's not
I don't
worth
know that
it.
they're going to influence the decision. I mean, really, this is just a floating party barge. So, I mean, if there were none of those activities available, the cruise would go on just as it is.
Sure,
And if they had even more activities, the cruise would go just like it is this time.
They'll go with whoever gives them the best deal because they're a business, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the boat size is, I think, what they were really going for.
Yeah.
Because it would hold the largest amount of swingers ever
Right.
on an ocean-going voyage. And
Wonder if
we
there's
didn't, we didn't hit that number, I don't
No.
think.
we
Although
didn't.
we probably did. Because there are 4,000, 4,500. The numbers have kind of varied a little bit, but that was about 1,000 more than on the last ship that we were on. So still a lot of people.
Yeah. But not 6,000.
But not
that's okay.
6,000.
Then we had dinner, right? We went and had dinner with our friends.
Yes.
We had sushi at the sushi restaurant. It was okay.
Yeah, sushi was good. Sake
good.
was really good.
Sake was good.
And a note about that, a lot of the restaurants, any of the extra restaurants, the ones that you pay an upcharge for, require reservation, and they're hard to get. So you almost have to book those ahead of time or like right when you get on the ship. And that goes for the comedy club, which is a smaller venue. There's limited seating. We haven't been able to see any of those shows. Matter of fact, we haven't seen any of the shows
Right.
this whole week.
I will say we could not get a reservation through the app, but we were able to walk down there
Yes.
and ask in person if they could get
Seat
us in, and
Yeah.
they did.
Yeah.
So
Our friends had a reservation for two, and we were able to basically
Increase it
glom
to-
onto their reservation, and
right.
we all got to sit
But
together.
I noticed that even when we were eating for that hour
were
and a half,
plenty of
it
seats.
was not full. And so I think what happens too is a lot of people make reservations, they just don't show up.
Show up.
So I say take a chance. Just go down there, and
Right.
your chances are pretty good that you're going to get in.
Yeah, the other consideration might be that they'd reduce the capacity of the restaurant for COVID. But
Oh.
that doesn't seem to be a consideration anyplace else on the ship, so I don't know, maybe it's not a thing.
Maybe? I don't know.
I don't know. Just guessing.
Well, last night was animal theme night.
Yes.
And somehow I just kind of failed with that.
I think it was vague in the original theme announcement. It didn't say when the theme was happening.
Right.
And some of the themes have been like daytime
Yes.
themes, and some of them have been kind of nighttime themes. So like the Babe Watch thing was a day party.
And I thought the animal was a pool party theme, but it wasn't. It was a night.
Yeah. Because
And-
it was supposed to be on the first day, if I remember right, from the original
Yeah.
nomenclature that got sent out. So anyway, we were ill prepared.
Yeah, I didn't have a big costume for it. I had an animal print bathing suit, which would have been fine because a lot of people are wearing lingerie or bathing suits. In fact, we
Right.
saw a woman in the sushi restaurant in a animal print thong bathing suit type thing.
Yeah, it was perfect.
It was perfect. It was very sexy. So it would have been fine if I wanted to walk around in that, which would have been great. But we were tired from the day. We didn't get all of our sleep, and it had been a long day, and I was cold for some reason. I was feeling really chilled that night, and I just wanted to get warm and snuggly with Ed and watch a movie.
Yeah. We cuddled in bed for a little while.
Yeah. So we
nice.
we didn't get to see all the fun animal costumes last night, which was kind of a bummer. But
We're going to try and grab our friends, our groupie friends, and maybe we can fill in some of the animal
Costume.
night theme
Yes.
breakdown from them. Maybe they'll tell us a story about how their night went. We can add
yes,
that.
because they stayed up.
Yeah, they have asked to observe, and we're all for supporting exhibitionism, but we much prefer group activities. So if we get them in the room, maybe we can get them to speak a little.
Oh
and,
my. They'll be doing things in the background that's gonna make me lose my focus. I just know that.
I know, distracting, flashing boobs.
They're like that. They're really good at that. And now today, here we are on day 6.
Yep, day 6, getting ready.
And all day long, there are pool parties and giveaways. And so Secrets Resort and Hideaway, Castaways, and Topless Travel are all back-to-back pool parties. They have their own time slot and giveaways with the DJ, etc. So we're going to be hanging out at the pool most of the day, which will be super fun. There's a seminar I want to go to by Dr. Simon. He talks about the O shot and the P shot. So the O shot's for the women, the P shot's for the men. And from what I understand and some of the research I've done before on this, and one of my friends that has actually had the O shot, they basically take some of your blood, your own blood, and they spin out the I wish I could remember a certain property in your blood, and they'll do this for athletes too. So to help heal an injury, like a knee or joint type thing, and they'll inject that property that they've spun out of the blood back into that area, and it like quickly heals it or rejuvenates that area. So for the women, now I don't completely know where they're injecting. I've heard two different things, and this is why I'm going today, because I need to figure out where they're injecting it.
Where are you putting that thing?
For the men, I don't know where they inject it. Where on the penis, I don't know where they inject it. But for the women, I'm not sure either. I've heard two, like I said. One, they inject into clitoris, which I'm like, fuck no, you're not stabbing me in the clitoris. And then the other place I heard was in the G-spot. So, but apparently it's phenomenal from what I've heard. Like orgasms off the chart for a good 3 months.
Results may vary.
Right.
Speak to your gynecologist.
Exactly. Now, it's hard to find someone who's certified or really good at this. A lot of people say they can do it, but they're not necessarily trained or had the right training. So I would encourage you to find out what that is. And hopefully I will have more information to share with you tomorrow about that. So I am excited to go to that today at 1:00 and talk about that tomorrow.
That'll be fun.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And tonight is fetish night, vampirus style is how they're labeling it.
Yeah, so leather and vinyl and
I'm not
whips
going
and chains.
Vampire. I didn't do black wig or bring any fake blood or fake teeth or long nails or anything. I'm just going BDSM style.
Slinky, buckly.
Yes.
Wow.
Leather buckles, leathers on the wrists, and leather choker, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sexy.
Yeah.
Sexy.
So we will let you know how that went tomorrow also.
All right.
Okay, everyone.
Thanks for listening.
Before you turn off our podcast to take care of all the vanilla things pulling you away, please reach out and give us a review. I am the first to admit that it's much easier to give a 5-star rating, which we appreciate, but if you could take 43 seconds to type a review, we would love it. If you want to share a personal story, ask us questions, or share your comments, you can contact us at swingeruniversity@gmail.com. Check us out at swingeruniversity.com, where you can find links to our Twitter and Instagram feeds. Thank you so much for listening to Swinger University, your horizontal enrichment podcast.